It's just a process. It's not gay. Yo, so we are live. We're ready. This is the inaugural episode. This is no longer a Freaks and Peaks podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kang's Council, episode 1. Yeet. Hey. From left to right, the introductions go as follows. The homie Cosmic Kaiser 6 coming in right at the last line. Let's go.
Right at the last minute, baby. Good to be here for the new format. Let's fucking go.
Those of you who don't know, Cosmic is absolutely, if you're listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, Cosmic Kaiser is our Jamie. Hey, Jamie, look this up.
I don't know if I appreciate
Where's the HDMI?
Next, we got the homie, the very vocal and opinionated one, Despair.
Did someone's stomach just growl on the mic? What the fuck was that? Phenomenal.
It's immediately.
All right.
Point out the smallest shit.
And then, of course, we got our educated, our big homie, big neighbor when you call him. Follow your dreams.
Oh, what's up, y'all?
And then the host with the least, definitely not the most. It's me, your boy, Super Freak. We're ready. Inaugural episode.
Whose stomach just growled on the mic though, for real?
Rawr. It might have been mine.
It might have been him.
You know that fucking wait. You know that, yeah. You know that fucking guy who the fucking guy that be growling.
Fuck.
Oh my god. All right, guys, we're ready to talk about so many things. So many things as we've always been ready to talk about. But first and foremost, episode 1, we gotta start
Sydney Goodman.
with Sydney Goodman. Yes, and the Game Awards fallout. What did you guys think of the Game Awards overall?
Yeah, we going there already.
We got caught lacking already.
Hot.
We starting out hot. Let's go.
Damn.
So
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll reserve mine.
So,
Oh, really? Yeah.
all right. So I thought it was a very good show. Like it didn't dip at any point. The presentation was good. I don't think there was anything mind blowing, but in terms of what they presented, it had a good flow to it. And yeah, I just thought the musical stuff was pretty dope. It was ultimately a very well thought out show in tune to what the viewers kind of want, because there were people kind of complaining like, man, what's the point of an award show if people can't, you know, like there was like a whole big controversy about that, right? Because the people who won probably got like maybe a minute tops to speak.
Go ahead.
Whereas
like 30
people
seconds.
like Kojima got like 10 minutes, and then some celebrities got like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and kind of took the time away from what other people were doing. But my view, and I kind of put this on Twitter, because I was like, because there was a lot of people who was kind of posting about this, shaming the Game Awards about this, but I was just like, real talk, let's tell the truth around here for once. Like, people do not watch the Game Awards for the Game Awards. They watch the Game Awards for the game trailers and the surprises and the E3-ness of it. You know, people could give two shits about the awards from a viewer perspective. That doesn't mean that these game creators don't get to get their just desserts. But if you were to like make like, say next year there was 2 sections, right, where there was purely award sections and everyone gets like all the time in the world or whatever, and then one with the presentation, the new games, I wonder where the views would fall.
Nobody would watch. You know why?
Exactly.
Because they have these I forgot what the other, there's a ton of like award ceremonies and shit throughout the year. It's not just the Game Awards, right?
Yeah.
The Game Awards is just the biggest thing that we know about because everyone watches it for the trailers and shit, right? But there's a whole bunch of like award ceremonies that happen throughout the year. Devs getting, you know, their just dues and shit like that. The games, other games getting Game of the Years in other places, right? Like this shit, it's not just the Game Awards, right? But the thing is, I don't understand how people can complain when the Game Awards is literally E3 now. We have no E3 anymore. E3's gone, right? This is
GG's.
Like, we can call it whatever. We can call it the Game Awards, quote unquote. This is not what it is. This the Jeffs. right?
Well, yeah,
they
it's
call
the
it-
Jeffs.
It's literally the Jeffs.
I do
He
have a
gets
lot
on
to say
stage,
about it.
He does what he wants.
Yeah.
He shows what he wants. He's whoever he wants, right? And we get our trailers, we get what we want, and that's it. Like, yes, don't get me wrong. I understand. Yes, we should be giving, you know, these devs and shit like that recognition for the games and stuff like that. But you have to I feel like even they understand that that's not what people are watching it for. Even they know that.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to add in real quick that, like, if you compared this Game Awards to the previous year's Game Awards where people did get more time and stuff like that, it's clear that Jeff is looking at the analytics and he's looking like, okay, what do people give a shit about? And I guarantee you it's the trailers. It's the shit that he basically showed this year. And that's why everything else was kind of
a lot of these devs, why you, so here's the thing, right? If you look back maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, right? The Game Awards would have, like, you know, world premieres and all that shit. We usually would get like a Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was always at the Game Awards, right? We always got the reviews for like stuff like that at the Game Awards. They were things that we came to expect, right? We never really got like the huge, crazy announcements that we would get at like a PlayStation, whatever, PlayStation Direct, Nintendo Direct, E3, whatever, right? We didn't really get stuff like that, but now we do. It's at the point where the Game Awards is the event of the year where we get all that shit, right? Like, for in my opinion, right, for Capcom to show Monster Hunter at this thing and it be the last, you know, display at the Game Awards, that means even they know, like, everyone knows that this is the event of the year, right? So there's no, I feel like if I was a dev, I would appreciate, you know, the awards and you know, all that shit, but that's my moment to flex my big ass dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my moment to show y'all what we've been working on. Like, that's it. I don't really, but that's just me, right? Like, if I'm making a game and I'm proud of it, I don't really care about the award. The reception it gets,
and you
is gonna
shouldn't.
be the award,
and you should,
right? Like the reception that the Monster Hunter trailer got. Hold on, the reception that the Monster Hunter trailer got at that moment, that would be enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my award right there. Everyone went nuts for that shit, right? So, I don't know. I feel like most of these devs behind the scenes know that, but who do you think were the people that were actually like complaining about the devs not getting recognition and all that shit? It was a bunch of random ass motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like,
random social justice warriors who were just posting shit
randoms on X. Yeah,
it's always Twitter, or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it now. It's always Twitter, bro. I'm never calling it X. Like,
I got a bit of a rant.
Like,
go ahead.
I've been stewing on this for 2 weeks now. So here's the thing, right? When the Game Awards first started, they were very cringe and very awkward. If we were to go back, and maybe we should absolutely do that for content. Maybe we'll do a Kangz Council rewatch the Game Awards, and we go back and watch all the old Game Awards from, you know, previous to now. A lot of the older ones were super cringe because we definitely had a lot. They definitely had a lot of celebrity cameos from the start. But they were also, a lot of them felt very, the reason why they were cringe is because they felt very forced. It was a lot of celebrities that, you know, this wasn't their area. They weren't really involved in the games, but they were popular at the time. And some of them you get that are absolutely super enthused, and they come off super cringe because they're super enthusiastic and they want to do more than what they're being asked to do, right? Yeah. Jack Black comes to mind. Remember when he had Brutal Legend going on and he came on stage and he went ham, and everyone's like, this is great. And then it brought into the question of whether or not the Game Awards were going to be an award show about legitimacy in game awards, right? Like actual legitimacy in game awards, actual prestige in providing games with these awards for the year, or was it going to be, because remember, they were on Spike. So it's like, is this going to be about theatrics? Is this just an award show just to be an award? Like, whether, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about finding the balance between the VMAs and the Oscars, right? Like, not the VMAs, not the Video Music Awards. What's the one with the movie awards, the MTV Movie Awards or the Oscars, right? Was it gonna, and it was heavily leaning towards the movie awards as opposed to the Oscars, right? I think now,
which is fine.
Which is fine.
You don't need no damn Oscars.
If what you want.
Right.
But I think now the way Jeff has worked things, the way Jeff has been involved in the gaming sphere. Because listen, I think it's really hard to argue who's more involved in the sphere of gamers more than Jeff Keighley right now. He has legitimized the awards to be a point where they're now considered the Oscars of gaming, right? Like it has reached that prestige where these awards matter to a lot of people. Understandable. But they've also maintained that aspect of promotion and just promoting all of these other aspects of things and world premieres and making it more of an entertainment aspect of things as opposed to it just being like the Oscars. The Oscars are great, but they're also boring, right?
You kind of have to think about it. Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
Yeah, the Oscars are great, but they're boring. They're prestigious, but they're boring.
Actually, I can't even say the Grammys because the Grammys are entertaining. But like the thing,
Grammys
like
have performances,
Oscars, right?
Built in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna get at. Like gamers are not known for having the longest attention span, right? So we don't give a fuck about some Oscar level type shit, right? I'm not gonna sit there and watch 2 hours worth of devs getting up on stage giving speeches. Sorry.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
We don't, as gamers, most gamers do not give the slightest fuck about that. Like, as disrespectful as that sounds, sorry, most gamers, I'm sure everyone knows this already. Gamers do not care. Everybody, literally 99.999% of the people tune in to see what they announce. Period. Right? They don't announce shit at the Grammys, right? They be like, like they just
the Grammys. They're announcing. That's the difference in the media performance, right? Like the Grammys, they're not announcing new albums. The Oscars, they're not showing movie trailers for upcoming movies. The Game Awards is kind of known for like, hey, this is where you need to be. And I like how you brought up, like, it's like, this is like the kind of E3. Actually, like the E3 is the Summer Games Fest now. Like that's E3. I do think so because of, I think
bigger announced the Game Awards now.
True, but I think that at the time of the year, because E3 usually took place in the summer, because in gaming terms, the summer was also like a dead zone where nothing was happening. So E3 was what was giving us the the kind of like the enthusiasm, that kind of like anticipation.
At that time of the year, because it was a con and they had to get people out, and people weren't going to go out in December. A lot of people weren't.
That's not true because it was December. But like, E3 is always in the Staples Center, no? Yeah, so it's always warm, so
that's
they don't need to have it in the summer.
It's easy to get people. Look, I don't know, like it's like Summer Games Fest is like the makeshift. Yeah, we don't have E3, so we're gonna have this here.
We'll talk about that more because we're definitely talking about E3 being dead.
We're talking about levels. I think the Game Awards is way past that. We get.
I'm
more excited for the Game Awards,
especially in terms of prestige, right? Like,
I don't disagree.
I'm not talking about prestige. I'm just talking about like we get.
I mean, it's the expectation, right?
Announcements, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I expect more from the Game Awards than a Summer Games Fest. Summer Games Fest is okay sometimes. Right?
Yes.
But the Game Awards is the event of the year now where we're like, okay, they're going to announce this shit. Oh, man, they're probably going to announce it at the Game Awards. Oh, this is the big game that they're probably going to announce. It's going to be at the Game Awards.
And,
like,
listen,
there's a lot of new-ass games, hype-ass games, AAA games that get announced at the Game Awards now.
Yep,
absolutely. Last year, fucking, like I said, Mortal Kombat has traditionally been announced at the Game Awards the past few games, right? Like, what else?
Game Awards was actually announced at Summer Games Fest. It wasn't announced at the Game Awards.
Look, listen, bro. All I gotta say is that Capcom decided to announce a Monster Hunter game at the Game Awards. That should show you enough.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I am gonna shelve this conversation because we are gonna talk about E3. So I think that
rest in peace.
Fills exactly. I think that fills more into that. I think we need to go back and focus on the Game Awards itself. And like Follow was saying, like I think honestly, like it's just. I really think like if people are focusing or trying to focus on what the devs got versus I think that's I think they don't watch the awards, right? Because if you do, then you'd understand, right? Because we've been watching the awards for years and we don't even complain if the devs don't get enough time for their thanks speech. The only devs that I think should have an unlimited amount of time on their speech is the last one, which is the Game of the Year award. I think they should legitimately not have any cutoff. I think they should just be like, here you go, here's your stage, talk your shit, homie, because you won your award. All the other ones, they could have a 30-second cutoff. Most of them don't fucking follow it anyway. Let's be honest. If you look at the Oscars, nobody follows that shit. Yeah,
like it's not disrespectful to have.
It's not disrespectful
when you're on
it's
air.
It's mindful of time. Yeah,
for a slot when you're literally paying. People don't remember.
Time is money
to run that shit. Like Jeff got that shit's coming out of his pocket. Like that's why it was such a big deal when what's his name fucking went off for like 10 years, right? Because it's like
10 year 80
time is money, bro. People gotta go. People want to get the shit over with, get things done. Like,
absolutely.
There should always be a cutoff, in my opinion. Period. Like,
always,
no one should be able to just run on for like an hour.
No, yeah, and then my other point to it is it's also like to the dev creator, because I know I came off really harsh, but the thing is like you guys don't want to be as vain as fucking Hollywood producers and filmmakers and shit like that. Like it's just like if people are here,
attachment between them and the community, because as gamers, right? Remember back in the day? Well, actually, not. I think it's relatively the same, but I used to feel way more like connected to certain devs of like the games that I liked. I used to be like, oh man, who made this game?
Sure.
Oh shit, Tetsuya Nomura, fucking, Miyamoto, fucking, you know what I'm saying, Kojima, like all these motherfuckers, like,
if you see a dev win that you don't like, you don't want to hear them fucking talk. Get the fuck out of here, right?
But the thing let's be real. Like, Follow knows all about that. But like, when it comes to shit like that, it's like
I'm wheezing.
Once you start going to that level of like Oscar shit, I feel like it's gonna start creating like this detachment where it's like these guys are. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all making video. Actually, I can't say that because video games are huge now, right? It's not the same as it was a decade ago, right?
Video games are huge.
I would have been like, bro, you're making video games, bro. You're not there yet, but they are there now, right?
Yeah,
no, they're there. They're definitely there in terms of creativity, sure. But like even in
attachment. I don't want that. I don't want to fill that gap between the creator and the communities, right? And I feel like if you start doing that, that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's like these guys are gonna get all big-headed.
But the thing is,
even the Oscars have cutoffs, though.
It's gonna be Neil Druckmann's all over the place. Like, I
yeah,
don't want to.
But it's like 2-3 minutes or something.
Even the Oscars have their cutoff point, though. You know?
Sorry,
yeah.
No, I understand. I understand.
Nah, bro, like.
No. But my thing, my message to game developers is just like, you guys, look, if people like your games and that you're lucky enough to be in this industry to be making games that people like, because gamers are extremely opinionated.
In an industry where people are getting laid off every other week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like that should be reward enough. And then like the fact that this happens is just a cherry on top. And that's how you should take it as. And don't take any offense to like any gamers who's like, I just want to see the rest of the shit, or you get, like you're getting your just dessert. You just don't know it yet. Like when you make a good game, people pay fucking attention. When the next game, like for example, this year, super impressed by the people who made RoboCop. So when they make their next game, I'm like, all right, I'm paying attention to you guys because I really enjoyed this last game. Like, let's see what they got and whatever. And that's how you build goodwill. And at the end of the day, then, so like, I know, I get it. Like you wanted to be like this Oscar thing, but like, honestly, I wouldn't worry about it.
Something.
No, but that's, go ahead.
I don't even remember the speech that the Larian guys gave for Baldur's Gate.
Because it was only 30 seconds.
Exactly.
He didn't really talk.
Exactly.
I was also drunk as fuck, so I don't remember what the fuck he said. I just remember he was in pseudo armor.
Oh yeah, because Rome got cooked.
Rome was cooked. I don't remember shit.
But yes.
But like, that's not the point though. Like, I do agree that they should be given their time for flowers, but I also think like it's like have your cutoffs. The only let's be real, the only devs who should be given the time for their flowers and just, hey man, go off, is the last award for the night. The last award, which is the Game of the Year awards.
50 seconds. They get like a minute.
Don't give them 30 seconds, bro. Give them like 2 minutes. Let them go off, bro. Go off. Talk your shit, homie, because you just made the Game of the Year. And I think honestly, if we go back to it, I really think though, like I know we shit on Jeff a lot because it's a funny thing to do, but I really think honestly, as far as gaming is concerned, I wouldn't have a better ally.
Yeah,
as far as making it mainstream, I think Jeff has done an amazing job, and there's a lot of prestige on the Game Awards. There's a lot of prestige on it now, and that's what Jeff has done in the background. Everything that he's done with the workings, whatever he's doing, like he could suck all the dick he wants and get promotions with Kojima, whatever. I don't care, because the thing is, that's what's gonna get viewers, and when viewers come in, that's when you get the power to do all the other things that you want, right? I do think like, yeah, this year's structure was kind of crazy, but if you think about years past, and if we do like a years past and we watch all the other old Game Awards,
Was it
bro,
really crazy?
It's always improved.
Listen.
It's always improved.
look,
What was crazy?
it's
about the
always
structure? I don't see the
improved.
complaints.
Look, no, it's always improved
was the
because if
most-
you
this
think
was the
about
best one.
years past, majority of the awards were read off screen because they
Yeah.
took off so much time. You don't get nobody on stage when they're reading them. Oh, here's like look what Sydney's doing now in the video portion. She's reading off several awards and winners, and it's just like, yeah, we don't got time for y'all. So we're reading them off. So I think this year was fairly balanced compared to years past.
Yeah.
In that,
Yeah, it was.
even with that cutoff. But that being said, I do think we could move on and talk about other aspects of the Game Awards that we liked or didn't
Oh
like.
yeah.
For example,
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about all the fucking Spider-Man fans on Twitter going
Oh my
crazy because
God. I don't
Spider-Man
even-
didn't win anything.
God, I was
and
hoping we didn't fucking-
the casual, you mean the casual fans?
I was hoping we didn't talk about this.
but well, look, I'll just be like this, and I just kind of summarize it. I was just like, look, there's no one's debating that Spider-Man 2 is a good game. It's just, but I will say the people who think like Spider-Man 2 is their game of the year probably didn't play any of the other games on the list because it's just having that perspective. There's just some games that just come about that just move the genre in gaming forward in such a way that like you cannot deny. Like there are people who like Baldur's Gate 3 may not be their cup of tea, but there's no way you can fucking deny like the shit you can do in that game. And like it changed the industry, just kind of like how back in the day when Resident Evil 4 changed the whole fucking third person adventure shit. Like it's all of the signs are there, and I think you just gotta have an open mind. That doesn't mean like it could be your favorite game of the year. That doesn't mean anything.
You know what the
Before
crazy
despair
shit
goes
about
off,
this is,
before
man?
despair goes off.
Yeah.
Listen, I played Spider-Man 2. I love Spider-Man
So
2.
did I.
I think it was a fantastic fucking
Game
game.
was
I
phenomenal.
loved it. It was
Yes.
a great game. No way anybody was beating Baldur's Gate 3 this year. Hands down. If you played it, you understand. If you didn't play it, you're a cuck. Go ahead.
Straight up. But here's my thing,
Honestly.
right? Like, I say this about a lot of games, right? And the first ones that come to mind are like genre-defining things. Final Fantasy VII, right? Halo, Call of Duty, right? Like Zelda, you know what I'm saying? Mario, fucking, what else? I'm just like genre-defining games.
Metal
that
Gear Solid.
You can't argue with. Like, there are certain games where people are like, yeah, man, that shit's overrated or whatever. But I'll always say to you, Final Fantasy VII isn't my favorite game, but I love the game and I'm gonna give it its respect, because if it wasn't for that game, we wouldn't have a lot of the shit that we have right now, right? If it wasn't for games like Halo and COD and shit, I'll take it back to even fucking GoldenEye fucking 64, right? If we wouldn't have shit, like we would have first person shooters and shit like that the way we have it now. There's a whole bunch of shit where it cannot be your cup of tea. It cannot be your game of the year. Spider-Man can very well be your game of the year. Yours. Just because it's your game of the year doesn't mean that the other game, Baldur's Gate, isn't the genre defining shit. I wouldn't even say just genre defining. I think that shit is just industry defining fucking work of fucking art. Like, if you don't like it, great. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like everything. Not everything is meant for y'all. Especially y'all normies out there, where the only game you probably played this year was Spider-Man. So who the fuck cares what you think? Like, and that's what I've been seeing the most from the people that the only game they played this year was NBA 2K, fucking Spider-Man, and fucking Call of Duty. But you want to say Baldur's Gate was trash because you didn't play shit? Like, bro, I've seen so many people on Twitter. I think that's when I deleted Twitter like for like a good couple of days. I was like, I'm not going on this motherfucker. Like, because I don't understand. I'll always argue this, right? Something not being for you does not equal trash. So shut the fuck up. Like, I'll never understand that. Oh man, that shit's garbage. But no, it's just not for you. Shut up. Baldur's Gate 3, I said this before it even launched. This game is game of the year. Period. There's no way in fuck that game is not getting game of the year, right? We even argued that it could have been Zelda, right? It could have been Alan Wake 2, right? But I love Spider-Man just as much as the next person. That game had the least chance on that list of games of getting Game of the Year.
Yes,
sorry.
it definitely did.
Like,
It definitely did.
Because that game is not genre defining. That game that's probably the most safe game out of the 5. Like, it's literally more Spider-Man 1, which is not bad. That's not a bad thing, right? Don't get me wrong.
It was an amazing game.
But that game is not, I don't think a Game of the Year should be given to something that's safe as fuck that didn't push anything forward. Baldur's Gate 3, bro, like you said, there's shit in that game I've never seen in my life. And I'm like, damn, why don't games do this? But guess what? Now we're probably going to see more games do it because this game just shit on everything else, right? So it's going to be like Elden Ring, right? Where I remember people were arguing Elden Ring didn't deserve Game of the Year. And I was like, are y'all stupid? Like, are y'all crazy? Like, and now we got a bunch of, and now we're going to have a whole bunch of fucking shit. Even Zelda pushed this shit
clones,
back. Even Zelda fucking pushed it. Remember they pushed Zelda back. And then Tears of the Kingdom came out and I see Elden Ring fucking, I see little bits of Elden Ring all over that shit. So it's like, okay, like y'all can argue all you want that Spider-Man is the Game of the Year. It's great. I'm glad that's the only game you played this year, so it's your Game of the Year. Great. Congratulations to you fucking idiots.
Look, I'm so glad you guys played a good game.
I love all their games, but it wasn't Game of the Year.
I'm glad you guys played a good game this year at least.
Yeah. I'm glad you stepped outside of your comfort zone and decided to not play Madden.
At least you didn't play Starfield.
Like, well, that game didn't even get nominated
listen,
for good reason.
Listen,
and, you know,
don't
bro, that's another
listen.
good
We
thing.
can't even go.
Bro, listen. Somebody argue with me in another Discord about Baldur's Gate 3 when they were like, man, that game is garbage. I was like, bro, all you play is Valorant and fucking bullshit every fucking day. And you want to talk about what's a garbage game? Like it's always funny. Like, you know how like once a year we always have those random ass like content creators that all they play is COD, Valorant,
the COD and the 2K gamers and the Madden,
and they say the same thing every year. They be like, man, gaming has been so trash. Why are games so bad now? How would you know? You don't play
because you don't fucking play anything, bro.
Yeah, like that's
right.
Oh man, that's like the gaming spheres. Like that's the biggest meme in gaming to me is those people. Like, and I don't have a problem with people that play 2K and all this shit, but just shut the fuck up. Like
if you only play Call of Duty and 2K, just know that that's your place, bro.
Every other day.
Yeah.
Like
we don't hate those games.
Other shit. Like, and if COD was the only game that I play, I would have nothing to say about anything else because I don't know about anything else. And there's a big issue with the internet where people love to talk about shit that they know nothing about. Like,
absolutely.
Right. And they think all opinions are equal. No, they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nobody gives a fuck about what y'all have to say if y'all only play Spider-Man. Sorry,
your asshole got nothing on.
Remember
mine.
last year, like before we started the podcast, I think it was before we started the podcast. I was like, if we're gonna talk about Game of the Year, we should at least have played or know enough about the games in the Game of the Year category, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I made it. I made it. And as soon as I saw that Alan Wake was godlike, I was like, okay, I gotta play it. Like I have to play that now, right?
Bro.
And it was godlike.
Yeah.
Like I had to beat every game in the category before. I know, Father, you couldn't play Spider-Man,
but that's the thing too, though. Like it's not just.
But I literally played everything else on the list, and I know what to expect from Spider-Man. I 100%ed all the other ones.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing too, though. Like it's not just like in Despair's point. It's like if you haven't played the game, at least have that acknowledgement and give give it the respect. Like, okay, if you haven't played it, do your research and kind of look at it. You if you want to play it in the future and you don't want to spoil yourself. Like, for example, Follow doesn't want to look into fucking Spider-Man 2. He doesn't want to do anything.
I've been ducking Twitter like the Matrix.
Follow doesn't want to know anything about Spider-Man 2, but I'll tell you right now, if Follow played Spider-Man 2, he would still say Game of the Year would go to Baldur's Gate 3.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, like you have to have that acknowledgement and that just awareness, you know? Like that's all we need for us.
The game. Even if I didn't like Baldur's
Gate, exactly.
I appreciate the gaming.
You gotta appreciate
as a thing in general. Like I know people just don't care about gaming as a whole. They just care about that one game that they like, and that's fine, right?
Yeah.
I care
That's
about
fine.
the industry as a whole, right?
Exactly.
And Baldur's Gate is that game that can change the industry. Like I like games like that to come out and get the recognition they deserve. Because if it didn't,
and then
I would feel so bad. Like they put all that work into that shit. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and then even for let's just say for even argument's sake, Baldur's Gate 3 didn't come out this year. I still wouldn't give it to Spider-Man 2. You know what I would give it to? Honestly,
Alan
I
Wake?
think Alan Wake
Alan
2.
Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2 is probably
Because-
It would've been
second.
Alan Wake 2, and if it wasn't Alan Wake 2, I would have gave it to Mario Wonder, like straight up.
Or
Like,
Zelda.
And yeah, because
Nah, I would've
my
given it to
experience,
Oh,
not
shit.
this year.
But like for Alan Wake 2, I just finished the game the other day, and I've been like, I think I've been like scared to play the game because like I was just enjoying my experience every single fucking time that I played the game, and it gave me so many. Like, it's so creative from so many different mediums. The music is godlike, the graphics is godlike, the
Yeah, I hope REA
stories
takes some notes though, because
engrossing
REA
and
can be
interesting.
phenomenal too if they take
Like,
some notes from that.
Mhm.
Dude, it was, and I did not expect to play this game this year at all. This shit was not even in my radar, and has got to be one of the most creative games that Remedies has ever released.
Yo,
And
Tangent.
if you guys don't, if you guys
would you
don't,
be mad if the next RE game took like some shit from that game, like had like some like kind of detective, like,
absolutely not.
Like,
Absolutely
wouldn't that be
not.
kind of you?
That'd be godlike.
Man, detective,
That'd
my
be god-
detective shit in my Resident Evil game.
Nope.
Like,
I would love it. I would eat
I'm
that shit
thinking,
up.
Like, I don't think there's ever been a game that, like, you know, RE's had a firm grasp on the fucking survival horror genre since RE1, right? Nothing really
Right.
competes with that shit. But this is the first time I was like, yo, REA should take a look at this game, bro. Like, this is the first time I was like, yo, Capcom, y'all might want to take notice of this, because damn. And you know what's actually crazy? Before we get back on the topic, right? RE4 and Alan Wake 2 were the Game of the Year nominees.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually crazy to me. Like, that's dope.
Yeah,
One is a remake and
Capcom
one
was
is
looking
a
at Alan
new
Wake like,
innovation, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Capcom was probably
Yeah.
like, really? Alan Wake 2?
But-
Competing
but-
with
But one
us?
is also a remake
like-
though, and one is a new,
No,
new
but
step in.
that's that's fine. But like, I'm just saying, like, Capcom was probably looking at that like, damn, we should probably take notes. Like,
No, well, they probably are. And you
Hopefully.
know what?
Hopefully.
You know what though? A competitive Capcom is my favorite Capcom.
yeah, they're the best.
So-
They're the fucking best.
So look, if
Absolutely.
they take a L this year and then they're like, nah, motherfucker, 2029, this
Absolutely.
shit is about to pop off.
Especially with Resident
Dude.
Evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
remember when
listen.
everybody was shitting on RE for so many years, and then they came back and it's like, welp. Damn, RE2
Yeah.
remake, welp. RE Village,
You know,
welp.
you know what I would
Sorry,
actually
guys.
like,
We're
and this
back.
this is getting off topic, but we'll get back on right after. I would actually love to see a game with the Arkham City, Arkham Knight detective mode, less hand holding. That would be
Alan Wake.
fantastic. No, but even like
We'll play Alan Wake.
less hand holding. Like, we're not gonna tell you anything unless you've been waiting here at staring at something for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I would like that, but that,
You know
that
what I
wouldn't
mean?
be very. That wouldn't be very casual friendly.
It wouldn't be casual
Yeah, it
friendly,
wouldn't be.
but it would be.
It
It
would
would
only
be
be
super
for
for,
the
us.
strong.
It
No.
would be only for the
uh,
strong.
People
Nah.
would get mad.
I mean, like real talk, it would be only
Let's
for the
be
strong,
real,
and some
there are a
people.
lot
I
of
mean,
idiots.
you could
Okay,
have it.
alright,
You
let
could
me-
have it tailored to difficulty settings, though. You know what I mean? Like normal
You're
could
gonna
be
have- yeah,
Arkham
you're gonna have
City,
the Souls-
and then
you're gonna
hard
have
could be.
anti-Souls
Hey
guys.
man, you playing hard?
easy mode. I'm not buying this game. Like,
We could
Yeah,
we could
I
talk.
don't know.
Devs, we could talk. I
No,
got
no,
some
no.
ideas.
There are games. Look, there are games that exist that are kind of like that, but it just kind of depends because there's so
Yeah, it
many
depends, right?
subgenres within that it's kind of hard to.
a hardcore
We'll see.
detective
That-
game would be
Yeah.
great, but would it sell? No.
Yeah,
Probably
no.
not. Yeah,
So-
you're right. Probably not. It wouldn't sell. But to get back on topic,
Yeah, buy Alan Wake 2. Okay, moving on.
buy Alan
Buy
Wake
all
2.
those games.
Buy
Buy
all of the
every
Game of the
single
Year.
one of those
Every
games.
single one of the Game Award
They're all
nominees are
They're all
great
great.
games.
They're all
Few
great.
years, there
You
has
cannot
never
go
been
wrong.
one. The only. You know
We
what?
need to
I can't
watch
even
them.
argue.
We'll
You know
watch
what's
them.
crazy?
We'll watch them.
I was gonna say that there hasn't been a game of the year where there's been one game in the category that I don't think deserves to be there. But then I almost said Last of Us 2. But then I thought about it. Last of Us 2
No.
didn't deserve to win.
It didn't
but
deserve
I
to win,
think
but it
definitely
deserved to be there for sure. Yeah, for sure.
No. It deserved to be there, but it
didn't deserve
Yeah,
to
it
win.
definitely deserves. So I don't think there hasn't really been a game out of the 5 games in the Game of the Year categories that have not. Yo, remember when Hades? Was it Hades and like Metroid fucking Dread were like fucking Game of the Year nominees and shit? Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, those
There's a
games
lot
were
of shit.
fucking phenomenal.
Bro,
This is
like
what- this is what
those
a lot of
those
y'all need
games
to
are
do.
great. The thing is, like, it's
Here's
not
a-
great
here's
to
some advice
casuals.
to a lot of you
Casuals
dumb
are gonna look
motherfuckers,
at those games and be like, "Fuck you."
yeah, exactly. Here's a
It's
advice to a lot of you
2D.
idiots. If you see when the game of the year, this is my favorite time of the year, right? When the game of the year nominees come up, not even just game of the year, when all the Game Awards nominees show up, whether it be best soundtrack, best whatever the fuck, right? Play those shits, because a lot of them, I'm sure most of y'all have not played. Like, I know most of y'all motherfuckers have not played Baldur's Gate, even though people would make you believe that they have, right? A lot of you motherfuckers have not played Baldur's Gate. A lot of you guys have not played Hide Fire Rush. A lot of you guys have not played a lot of these games that got nominated for shit this year. A lot of you guys have not played Armored Core, right? Do yourselves a favor and go play those games before you decide that you want to talk about what game deserved to get Game of the Year. How about you like go play them and inform yourself that way, then make your decision? Because a lot of you that don't play games, I'm convinced a lot of you guys don't play games. You just like talking about them because it's the cool thing to do now. So please,
right, or for clout or whatever. It's just like, look, how can you say it's the game of the year if you only played one game?
Exactly.
Like how do you even partake in the
only game you played? That's your game of the year.
But you can't even call it the game of the year because it's the only game you played. So it's the only game you played that year.
Game of the year.
So it wouldn't be the game of the year.
That's your personal game of the year.
And that's the thing. Great.
And I'll say that. I will say that when I say things and Despair's like, what? And I'm like, listen, this is me personally. I'll say like, this is me speaking.
Yeah, of course.
Because I haven't played certain things, and I'll tell you like, hey, I'll make that distinguish. I'll put that qualifier in front of what I'm saying. A lot of people don't even do
Baldur's Gate
that.
3 happens to be an RPG, and that's my favorite genre of video game. So of course I'm gonna say that's my fucking game of the year. Like, but I know people that don't like RPGs. Like, I get it. That's fine. Excellent.
Yeah,
but
maybe RPG is not for you, but maybe this was an RPG. Listen, this was a stacked year for games. Stacked. There's so many good games that came out this
RPGs
year.
are back and they're taking over again, so get the fuck used to it, bitches.
Especially now with Baldur's Gate, RPGs are absolutely 100% without a doubt back.
Final Fantasy around the corner.
Final Fantasy is coming out strong.
Good luck, motherfuckers.
Anything that Final Fantasy is coming out with every year is strong.
Like, I don't know.
They take the RPG genre very serious, and if anything Zelda comes out, that's also strong. You know?
Someone argued with me. They were like, I called this like a few months ago, and people were arguing like, man, Final Fantasy 16 is not nominated for Game of the Year, bro. And I was like, yeah, I told you it wasn't gonna be. Like I love that game. FF16 is great, but this is another example of why I think Spider-Man shouldn't have been there. These are games that are great, but they're not doing anything really like innovative or like, you know, revolutionary that are like that amazing where it's like, oh God, the music is fucking great. Obviously the DLC just dropped, that shit is phenomenal. Right? But it's like, why argue with me? If you thought the game was game of the year, then that's your game of the year. Cool, fine. Like, why?
Yeah, why do you need to argue with somebody else?
Here's another thing. Why do people get so mad when the shit that they thought was gonna win doesn't win? Why do you care? If you something like oh man, the one thing I hate is when we'll be watching some shit and people will be like, oh man, that shit won, boo. I'll be like,
did you play anything else?
If you played it and you enjoyed the game, why does someone else's opinion, like, is that gonna change your opinion of the game? It shouldn't. And if it does, you're a fucking idiot. Like, so like, I don't understand this thing where, oh, my game didn't get nominated, my game didn't get Game of the Year. First of all, it's not your game. You didn't make the game. Like, if anyone should be mad, it's the devs that made the game, not you. The fuck? Like, what is wrong with people? It's like this sheep mentality where like, oh my God, man, my game didn't get Game of the Year. Oh man, like, if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. Like, someone else's opinion shouldn't deter like your fucking enjoyment of something. I mean, and for some reason nowadays, that's just how it is, right? Like, no one is able to form opinions of their own. Everyone's opinion has to be an opinion they got from somebody else, like that they just regurgitate over and over again and then just make it their own. And eventually, the more you suck other people's dicks, their opinions are gonna start becoming yours, right? So like, I just don't understand it. And it's been like a growing thing with, it's just how the internet is in general, right?
Yeah.
And obviously gaming is very ingrained in the internet now. So it's just things that I see a lot. And I'm like, y'all are just fucking incapable of forming your own opinions on it. And y'all need to just like take a step away from like Twitter and like social media and everyone else's shit for a hot minute and just think about your own opinion, your own enjoyment in things. And stop giving a fuck about what other people think. Because at the end of the day, the award show is there to like we said, right? Give light, like give shine to a lot of these devs and a lot of these games, right? That some of y'all might not have heard of. Or to give the world premieres and all this shit like that. But like, form your own opinions, please. Just because your game didn't get fucking Game of the Year does not mean the game was bad. It shouldn't make the game any less valuable to you. It's like the gaming industry is still just a bunch of like toddlers, bro. It actually really is. But
just because you like something doesn't mean you shit on something else, you know?
And just because in the opposite, in the other way around, just because you like it doesn't mean it's good. Like,
that's true.
That
Absolutely true.
It doesn't always work out that way.
The opposite is also true, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just because you don't like it doesn't make it bad. Exactly. So like, I don't know. There's stuff like this. When stuff like this happens, it kind of just opens your eyes how stupid and fucking just weird people are. But whatever.
There's a lot.
Game Awards was fucking great.
I think the Game Awards are great, and I think the last thing that we'll talk about as far as the fallout before we give our final opinions on the Game Awards is the Christopher Judge making a Call of Duty joke.
Don't think it was that big of a deal, but people are over.
Yeah, I don't think it was that big of people.
I don't think it was that big of a deal. It literally blew up the next day. We don't think it's a big deal, but it was trending.
No.
And
it blew up, but no. It blew up, but it wasn't really a big deal, you guys. And to be honest, he wasn't false.
Yeah, but even if he was, who cares? It's a joke.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah. Look, that's exactly it. It's a joke. Like, have the devs watched anything else as far as Oscars go? When you watch Oscars, do you see how these motherfuckers get roasted sometimes? Like, there are people who absolutely get eviscerated on the Oscar stage. I mean, look at Will Smith.
I mean, okay, let's not talk about that.
We're not gonna go into that, but like that's an example.
Like if they rip on you, it's kind of like a medal of honor. It's a medal of honor.
It's like watching an episode of SNL. It's
like giving you your dues.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you're
getting your dues, like you're one of the guys, so they could bust your balls a little bit. That's it. Like
my main thing, the main thing that I'm kind of like not I wouldn't even say upset. I'm just kind of like peeved. Just like, why do these devs have such fragile fucking egos? You make one of the highest grossing paid games of the year. Like, why the fuck does whatever Christopher Judge said on the stage of the Game Awards matter to you that people need to go in and start tweeting and say, so every single Call of Duty has outgrossed God of War? Like, go fuck yourself, bro. Honestly, when you say something like that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and go fuck yourself. What does that have to do with anything? It's a joke. Take it. Hold that. And now you getting mad makes it even fucking worse because that campaign was
to get up on stage and say some shit like that in front of an audience. I'm all for it. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Exactly.
Especially if you're the dev.
What's the Call of Duty dev gonna do? Get up on stage and slap him?
Yeah. But the thing is too is even that your campaign was trash. So why are you even bringing that? Why are you even?
Like, well, I don't think it's very. That's not very nice. All these devs were they had to make this game in under this certain amount of time. Blah blah blah.
Who cares? Who cares? Indie devs have made their games.
No one cares.
I know devs that have had to crunch and do worse shit that have come out with better fucking games. And keep in mind, Call of Duty comes out yearly, right?
There's an indie game that was on stage that was made in like 3 months.
We all know the game's bullshit, right? Everybody knows Call of Duty is bullshit. Yeah, sometimes some are better than others, right? This one is slightly better than the last one. Yeah, the campaign sucks. But who the fuck cares? Bro, like, the thing that I want to know is who are these people? Like, what do some of these people do that kind of came to like Activision or whatever defense? Like, I want to know what some of these people do because the entire industry was just shitting on Call of Duty a month ago. So what changed?
You know what it is? It was
now that some big black guy gets up on the stage and shits on the COD devs, like all y'all motherfuckers are offended now. Shut the fuck up, man.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Look, Christopher Judge got on stage, made the joke, and the fucking sirens went off, and the fucking texts went out, and it was just like, hey guys, you need to tweet about this.
It's the same. It's a $70 DLC. It's this. It's that. Y'all were just saying the shit last month. And this is why I hate when the internet blows shit up because y'all are never the same. Y'all never fucking stand on business. Y'all literally change your shit every other week. Like, no one is. That's why I said all these people are literal sheeps, bro. No one is able to form opinions of their own. They just follow whatever the fuck is going on at the moment. And y'all are all weird as fuck. Like, I don't understand it. Like, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone that hears this, but it's like, if you're offended by this, then you're part of the problem. Like,
Absolutely.
And it's the same Christopher Judge that we shat on last year for taking too long for the speech.
Bro. Like,
He was speaking 100% facts. There was nothing wrong with what he said. What was wrong was the fragile egos of the COD devs that felt the need to tweet and say, I thought this was supposed to be an event that was celebrating our brothers and sisters. Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking flower snowflake ass up. I'm sorry.
I don't understand.
I don't care. That fucking campaign, you can't defend the campaign.
Bro, I love
and
COD,
they even start. Yeah, I love COD too.
I love that shit.
They even prefaced their they even prefaced the tweets with saying like, "Oh, we've heard worse, but shut the fuck up then. Shut up. It's an award show. You're gonna get roasted on something."
Bro. Like, and it was hella funny when he was like, "Well, that's another company I'm not gonna work for." Like,
yeah,
I was like, "Good."
It even capitalized on the joke.
He was
Did
right.
a great job.
But he was right because they started all being all butthurt.
Shout out to Christopher Judge. He's the homie.
And guess what?
Yeah.
He's still gonna be Kratos because who the fuck cares? That nigga's godlike. What the hell?
His performance is amazing,
much, bro. We're gonna recast you. No, nobody gives a fuck except for these little weirdos on the internet. Like,
there's a reason he won best performance last year.
I say this about a lot of things, right? If you take that, let's say that was on, actually it doesn't matter if it was on TV or not, right? But let's just say if it was on TV and just some random, normies just tuned in and heard that, right? The majority of people would have been like, they would have chuckled or something, right? And then an hour later, they would have forgot about it, right? But on the internet, of course, on Twitter, whatever the fuck you're on, everything has to be blown out of proportion, right? Like, for some reason, if like Twitter is just this vacuum, like this bubble of just stupidity, right? We all know this already, but for some reason we're on it all the fucking time. Like, everyone knows that social media is just full of just stupidity, right? So like, I don't understand how. Like, maybe it's because our generation, like we eased into this, right? There are people that were born into this shit. Like, we still remember what it was like to see stuff on TV,
to feel grass,
right?
To feel grass.
we still remember what it is to actually. We still remember what it is to actually have like an actual argument with somebody in person, in their face, right? We not just arguing and typing and Twitter fingers and all that bullshit. We still remember what it was like to be able to fucking give your opinion to someone, see the reaction to it, like IRL, not on the.
To know what
internet.
cause and effect is.
Exactly, right? So I feel like these people that are just born into this internet age just don't understand any of this shit, and it's like
consequences. They don't understand consequences.
You guys are offended by everything. Like, what the man? I don't know. I don't get it. It was a joke. Y'all are all pussies, man. Like, just who cares? We pay comedians to say worse things about everything else. Like, but a guy can't get up on stage and make a joke. Yo, what if you know what I thought? I was like, what if he actually was a COD player, right? I don't know much about the guy, right?
Yeah, he might have played. He might be playing COD.
What if he was an actual, like, what if he actually was like a yearly COD player, right?
Maybe that's why he made the joke.
He probably made the joke because of that.
We said we said that shit here all the time about Modern Warfare 2. Like, man, Modern Warfare 2 was garbage. That shit sucked. We played the fuck out of the game though, right? Like, that game was garbage. Like, we can't make jokes. What the fuck?
The Modern Warfare 2 campaign was actually pretty sick. Modern Warfare 3 though.
It wasn't. So like, straight up, that's it. Like, and I'm sorry, like, it's not my job to fucking suck your dick because they made you crunch in under a year to make a campaign.
Fuck out of here.
That's not my job. I paid the $70 to play the game. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want about it. Like, I don't like what the fuck? It's like when you pay $70, it's like you're engaged in a contract with these fucking devs or some shit. Motherfucker, I bought your game. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want about it. So it's like, and I'm saying this now because I know this is gonna come up in the future or some shit. Like, let's say we blow up or something, and I shit on some dev's game and they get all offended or whatever. I don't care. Like, you make games, you put them out so people can play them, whether they like them or not.
Judge them or
you,
whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
If people don't like your game, it's up to you to take the criticism on the chin and call it a day.
Or not. Or not.
Exactly. Like, so
understandable.
So like, I don't get it. Stop being pussies, please. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah. Honestly.
It was better before gaming devs had access to Twitter. Because I didn't know how weird some of you guys were. I knew you were weird, but I didn't know it was this many of y'all. Like, just stay undercover and just make good games, please. Like, do your job. If you do your job, shit like this won't happen to you. Like, the fuck?
But if you do your job and then people were like your game, but they bust your balls a little bit, don't you know?
Yeah, I bet they wouldn't. I bet if COD was good, right? And he made a joke like that, nobody would have cared. They just felt offended because everyone's been shitting on her game for the past month and a half.
Because they know the truth.
Like,
they know the truth about their game. That's why.
Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all motherfuckers.
But anyway, what else we talking about for?
Stop being bitches. Yeah.
Gaming but yeah, so
bitch.
Yeah, we're talking about so E3, right? Finally, might as well just talk about this now. E3 is finally officially GG's, right? As far as what I feel about it, it's just like, man, it sucks, right? Because a lot of people look at E3 with such good and fond memories and this and that, but we all knew that it was dead, you guys. Let's not take this as like it was some sort of surprise.
Dangling on a string for the past 3 years, Since
COVID. It's been dangling on the string since even pre-COVID. Like, it was already having issues.
As soon as Nintendo decided to go away from it and do Nintendo Directs and shit, that's when it started. Yeah.
Listen,
that's when it started.
A while ago.
Our first episode, technically, of the Freaks and Peaks podcast, before we made the first episode of the Kang's Council, the first episode was about the death of E3.
Yep.
We were talking about it. Listen.
So Nintendo killed it. Nintendo fucked it up.
Nintendo did with their directs. They absolutely did. That was the decision.
They showed everyone, why would we pay for all this fucking stage presence and we could just do our own pre-recorded shit or whatever, like, or smaller scale things. Like, damn, man.
Yeah.
It just was the Christmas.
Yeah, it was. But and that I replaced with the Game Awards, right? But you know, like, it was a time and the times passed and they couldn't adapt. And at the end of the day, we all knew the writing was on the wall. And then like even like 2 years ago, I was like, why don't they just say this shit is dead? I was thinking that 2 years ago. And then now that at least now they finally said it.
They just kept holding on.
They didn't want to acknowledge it because they were holding on the hopes that they could host something, right? Like, you know, something in the E3 name, because it's always been a gaming con as far as the past like few years. It's like this is it. Like, once they opened it up to the public, it was like, oh, this is awesome, like gaming con. And now they just didn't have that capability to be able to do it where they were doing it. I think the cost to like what they were earning just doesn't add up, so they canceled it. I think that's why it ultimately died.
They should have just merged. But you know what's funny, man? I just want to know what Jeff, what he did
on the back
behind
end,
the scenes, because like, I'm wondering if he approached them and was like, "We should go in this direction," and they just said no. And then he just went off and did his shit.
Was Jeff part of the E3 staff?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. Then
he would be.
I think so. Then
I don't know, man. He said
if he was part of the staff,
here I go.
But, I mean, he saw weakness. He was like, "I'm gonna come and I'm gonna take everything." And he did.
That's cool though. I mean, to be fair, like you said, fucking E3's been dead for fucking years now. They just finally acknowledge that it's gone. But the weird part is, it's still, I don't really want to call E3, I don't want to label it, right? But that time of the year still exists, right? It can still exist. It just doesn't have to be like specifically E3, right? Like Jeff tries to do.
I mean, it does. It does. That's why everyone,
shit, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, but like even all the companies hold like conferences around that time where E3 would happen.
Yeah, and
so there's always some form of that.
I'm wondering why. Actually, no, I don't wonder why. It's because we're just gonna get like, you know, the PlayStation Directs, the Xbox Directs, the Nintendo Directs, and it's gonna be the same shit, really. It's,
you know what it is.
The only spectacle of it was like, okay, we got the press conference, we got the Sony press conference at 9, we got the Xbox press conference in the morning, right? Let's wake up, let's watch that shit, react to it, take a nap, wake up, watch the Sony shit, react to it, right? They're all like 3 hours long. We watch the motherfuckers get up on stage. We hear the crowd in the background going crazy, all that shit, right? That was like the spectacle of it, right?
Yeah,
if you think about it, did we really actually care about any of that shit? No,
Look,
because we cared about the announcements, as usual. So technically, that shit should have been going. Like,
as kids, we don't care, but I'll tell you right now, as far as business goes, they go on a schedule in regard to quarters for stocks, right? Like if as far as like shareholders, the stockholders, so they go on a quarterly thing. So if you go on a quarterly thing, it's March. You're gonna have a lot of announcements. June, which is around the time that E3 was, June, July, right? And then you have September, which was, like that was another big time.
This is how we're gonna make you guys money.
Yeah.
By the end of the fiscal year.
Exactly.
That's basically what it is.
Exactly. They're announcing everything that they're working on within that time frame. And then from September, it goes to December, which is why the Game Awards is in a peak time. Because it's at a peak time because it's at the end of that quarter for whatever fiscal year that they're going. The thing is, the fiscal years don't start and end at the start and end of the year. So the Game Awards is not even at the end of a fiscal year. The Game Awards is actually at the midpoint of a fiscal year, because fiscal years go from June to June the next year. The fiscal year is at the midpoint, actually, in regards to it's so weird. I don't know, it's weird, but as far as businesses go, that's what it is. So like, yeah, I think as far as that announcement, like as long as there's a big gaming event in that area of June, July, it's absolutely going to take the place of E3, which is what the Summer Games Fest is. It's taking the place because it's like people are going to announce their shit either on their own or at the same time. And Jeff realizes that.
Anyway.
Yeah, Jeff realizes that, which is why like it's like, hey, Nintendo, Sony, Xbox are all gonna do their own thing at that time, but everyone else is gonna have to go through Jeff. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean,
he has a lot of pull now. I mean, the facts are undeniable.
Yeah,
he sucked a lot of dick.
Everyone knows that this is where the eyes are at the end of the year.
Sorry,
like,
I'm joking.
I mean, like, it's just where the announcements are, right? Like, even if it doesn't even have to be Jeff. If everyone knows that this is where you're gonna get all the announcements for all the new shit that's coming out, that's where they're gonna
everyone's gonna tune in.
Like, it doesn't. To be fair, it doesn't matter if it's Jeff or not. As long as people know that, oh man, we're about to get a whole bunch of announcements. Boom, that's it. Like, nobody really technically cares who's hosting, who's behind the shit.
Gamers I kind of think at least at right now it matters a little bit because Jeff has developed that name where it's like, hey, if Jeff's involved, there's world premieres.
Most people, I think you have to kind of understand that
it's a little bit.
People know who
it's
Jeff
a little
is.
bit, yeah.
The minority, it's a very small minority of people who actually know who Jeff Keighley.
Yeah,
and that's just us, like the in the know, like hardcore game. Most of the motherfuckers, 95% of the people watching the Game Awards probably have no idea who he is. He's just the guy that was there on the stage hosting it. Like, they don't care. They're there for the announcement. They'll recognize him again when next year, like them seeing him this time, they'll know next year, oh, that's the guy that showed all that shit last year. Like, he'll have pull then, yeah, right? Because they'll know who he is. They'll recognize him. But most people don't care about who he really is. Like, it's not like E3, right? Where when Reggie comes out on stage, we know who Reggie is, right? Like, oh shit, it's Nintendo time. Everybody know who Reggie is, right?
Reggie Fils.
That's because only. Look, I feel like a lot of the times we tend to like forget that people like us is a very small minority. Like, the majority of people don't give a fuck. Majority of people don't care. Like, especially now. Like, back in the day, yeah, but now that's why Sony Directs don't really have faces attached to them. Like, Nintendo used to, but they don't anymore since Iwata's passing, rest in peace. Like, but most of these things don't have faces attached to them anymore because people don't care. like remember we used to be like, oh shit, fucking Kazarai's on stage. Oh shit, that's that fucking snarky motherfucker. Oh shit, it's fucking Jack Trenton. Oh shit, is Reggie Fils-Aimé. Like, we used to get hypes and shit like that because we
were in the know.
Like, yeah. But
super hardcore gamers were in the know.
Yeah, right. But like, I don't know. I just want to give me my announcements, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But recipe C3. We'll probably look back fondly and reminisce. But I mean, it was time. Everyone knew it.
Yeah, it was great. But I'm not gonna lie. I look back and I'm like, damn, that shit was kind of trash.
But I never felt the loss because I remember I was talking to Ruben the other day. He was like, man, I'm kind of down about E3. I was like, man, I don't feel as bad. But you know why? Because in my heart, I just replaced E3 with the Game Awards.
Yeah, because let's be real, the main focus of E3 was to get our game announcements, right? It's different if you are going there every year physically, right? Like in person. That's different. Most people that I know have not, right? I haven't. I wanted to go, but as years went on and it started getting more and more once they opened it up to the public, I was like, I don't really care that much. Like, because before it felt like that exclusive thing that like, oh shit, if you're in and you get to go to E3, boom, that's cool, right? But then it started being more and more like, and I was like, I don't really care that much anymore. But we get our announcements now and they're way more condensed. It's less bullshit and fluff now. So I actually like that more. Like, I didn't really care about seeing fucking Kangz on the stage talking for 80 years about fucking bullshit, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate, like, when a new console comes out, I like those announcements, like when Mark Cerny announced like the PS4, PS5, whatever, right? Talking about the tech specs and all that shit. That's great, right? But when it comes to game announcements, like, I don't care about none of that spec shit. Give me all my games. Game. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool for me. Like, that's what I want. But like I said, if you were going to E3 in person, I can understand like that attachment to it and having that be an event every year. But to everyone else, man, it's whatever. Like, I don't get caught up on shit like that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we know what we watched it for.
Understandable.
Exactly. So what's next, Freak?
Well, I mean, if you guys really want to listen to hear all of our thoughts on the death of E3 RIP, go back to Freaks and Peaks episode 1. I'll link it in the description of this episode. But I think what we really need to focus our attention on is the TOS changes of Twitch and how that has become an amazing meme over the past.
Don't get mad.
What a roller coaster!
Days. What a fucking roller coaster! If you've been on this roller coaster, you're having more dips and turns than Batman the Ride in the Jersey Six Flags. Listen, if you know, you know. If you don't, fuck out of here. Go to Jersey and ride Batman the Ride in Six Flags. However, Twitch has changed their TOS. They initially changed their TOS to say, hey, artistic nudity is allowed, right? And then the shitstorm happened. It was crazy. Everyone and their mother.
Even before that though. So what triggered this was the strawberry tabby? Was it? With
it was a lot of people.
The meta.
It was a lot of people.
The meta was becoming the hey, we're like topless, but we're cutting our cam so you can't see our nipples.
It was implied nudity.
Implied topless nudity. Yeah. Yes. That was the meta. And then everyone
that triggered that new TOS. And then
And then as that happened, the art category in Twitch went absolutely nuts.
Well, they banned one of the girls that was doing it, and people kind of got mad because
they banned Mork Pie,
I'm gonna
right?
be
What's
honest.
her name? Mork Pie?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
That's correct. Mork Pie.
That shit, like, she kind of, if she had just stood there, like, you know, just did her shit, whatever. Like, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, Strawberry Tabby. Yeah, that's a very familiar name in this motherfucker, right? But like, she's not really doing anything, right? Yeah, it's her fucking cleavage and her shit's all that and stuff. But the other girl though, like the other two girls that were literally like squeezing their shits together, fucking bouncing them shits up and down, making the sound effects and shit.
Some of them were slapping them together. Yeah,
that's like kind of, you know, you're teetering on the edge there. Like, yeah. So that's when it's like some people take an inch, right? And then so you give people an inch and they just go, woo! You know what I'm saying?
And they take a mile. They take a fucking mile and a half, 2 miles.
So like, I understand why they started banning it, but at the end of the day, there have been way worse things on Twitch that have been left unchecked. And this is the thing y'all want to make a big deal about. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Twitch has always been silly when it comes to shit like this, right? The TOS is very, very weird, right? TOS is like, I have never even read the full TOS because all the stuff that I've heard, it's just like, why would I even read it? These guys don't even know what the fuck. I feel like Twitch doesn't even know what their own fucking TOS is. So like, when I look at shit like that, I'm like, bro, people really going crazy over some titties, bro.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing. Like, and I'm gonna stop you because like that was the
get it,
initial
kids.
thing. Like everyone was going crazy over that initially.
yeah, and then
because,
it made,
like,
and then,
hey,
and then the
then
and
they
then they're
allowed
like, okay, artistic nudity,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But artistic nudity is not motherfuckers posting fucking nude anime girls with their coochies fucking out and fucking going crazy like that. Like I just said, you give people an inch, they take a fucking mile, right?
I feel like a lot of the art streamers were just like artistic
like,
art,
oh, shit.
nudity.
They opened up that folder with all
Yep.
the fucking hentai art and all that bullshit and put that shit right up on screen. And you know for a fact that when you do shit like that, people are gonna click in. Shit, I mean, I saw some shit I clicked on. I was like, oh goddamn, what the fuck? Like they got me.
I was
like,
just curious. I was
Yeah,
just curious.
like they got me. So the thing is, right? People are like, yeah, there's kids on the platform. Yeah, I understand that. There's kids that had cable TV back in the day. There's kids that have YouTube. There's kids that are literally have phones that can go on fucking porn sites all fucking day. Like, yeah, I know Twitch is not supposed to be that environment, right? But it is. Twitch has just chatting sections, the swimsuits and shit, right? It is. Like, I don't understand what else you could possibly do or say, right? To, like, yeah, like I said, I think that's kind of like, that's teetering on the edge a little bit to have the fucking camera literally fucking right above your goddamn shit. Like, I think that's a little much, right? But they're technically not really doing anything. You know what I mean? But then when you start posting like crazy ass like porn and shit like that and going wild, then it's like, okay, now Twitch is like, all right, we made a mistake. Let's run that shit back. Like, because people were going insane. I was like, all right, y'all are
rolled
crazy.
That shit back immediately.
But like,
Well, after a day.
it was like after like
but
2 days.
I'm of the opinion, and I the internet would make you think that this is a minority opinion, but it's not. Like, you can't keep people away from fucking literal fucking human nature, bro. You can't keep people away from this shit. If it's not Twitch, it's gonna be somewhere else that they're gonna see this shit. All these people are God, here we go again with this shit. All these people are acting like they're fucking like grade A fucking parents. They want to tell parents how to raise their kids. Oh man, Twitch shouldn't fucking allow this shit. Think of all the kids on the platform. Y'all don't give a fuck about the goddamn kids watching this shit. Y'all be doing some of this. Y'all be saying like racist shit. Y'all be fucking predators like motherfuckers. Y'all be fucking pedophiles all over the goddamn site. Y'all motherfuckers don't care. Stop acting like y'all care about this shit when you don't. You're just doing it because right now it's the thing to talk about. It's so fucking like it's like this cycle, bro.
Like the
internet
cloud
is like
chasers,
this cycle of just stupidity, bro. And I don't understand it, bro. Like, y'all are not gonna care next week. These people are gonna get banned for like a couple of days. They're gonna be back doing the same old dumb shit. They're gonna find something new. First it was hot tubs, now it's fucking titties hanging and shit. It's gonna be something new next fucking month. Like, it is what it is, bro.
Next week they're gonna hang upside down on a tree.
What? Guess what? I'm not gonna get mad at the girls, bro. Sex sells. This is a tale as old as motherfucking time. Sex fucking sells, bro. Like, and guess how many of the fucking viewers on Twitch do you think are like teenage boys with their fucking dicks out? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of the Twitch audience do you think is a bunch of teenage kids or like fucking young kids? Shit, even a bunch of grown ass men on there just like looking at fucking titties hanging out and shit. It's a lot of them. Like, it's a lot of deprived ass little young ass nerds, right? And this is the perfect environment for them.
Even
like,
deprived older.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. But like,
you know, the wives don't give it to him anymore.
I'm speaking about the kids I'm speaking about the kids that the internet loves to talk about, right? Yeah. That's always the talking point, is think about the kids.
I hate having that conversation about the kids, because if we gave a shit about the kids, we'd make a lot of monumental decisions, and it would show that around the world. And it's clear that we don't care about that.
We don't give a fuck.
Twitch has never been a site for kids. Let's be real. Never.
Bro, we got people saying the most outlandish shit. We got racist motherfuckers. Like I said, we got pedophile motherfuckers. We got fucking sexual assault fucking motherfuckers on here going crazy. And like we have like some of the most degenerate motherfuckers on Twitch. On the internet, period, right? This place it's not a place for fucking kids. It never has been. It's never going to be. Like, so that narrative is bullshit to me. But like, it is kind of like off-putting sometimes when you go on Twitch and it's like, oh shit, this new game is out. Let me go fucking see what this streamer's doing. That you see titties hanging. But I will say, I'm the first motherfucker to get distracted because you know I got the ADD. I'm the first motherfucker like, oh, let me click on that real quick. Fuck the game I was looking for. I'm gonna click on that. Like, and Twitch knows this. This is why they allow it because they know motherfuckers are gonna do that. Like,
But that's the guy kryptonite, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. And how much of the audience, how many Twitch viewers do you think are men? 99% of them are. Like, the fuck? Okay, maybe 98%. But like, so like, what the fuck do you think? Yo, listen, if I was Twitch, I'd be like, you know what, man? We're just gonna give you guys an NSFW section. Boom.
That's what they probably should just do.
All right, we're just gonna give you guys an NSFW section. You know why? Because I would give up fighting that war, because it's the internet age, and kids have access to so much shit, bro. Even before the internet.
But not only that, but Twitch has been propagating that behavior. They've been like, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime some sort of big thing happened, they always did a light punishes, light bans, stuff like that. They're pushing the sex on the platform, so you might as well just make it official. Why do we pretend?
Who actually sat there and determined that Twitch was specifically for gaming? Nobody said that, right?
No.
Nobody ever, like, yeah, we kind of as the gaming the community kind of deemed it as that, right?
Well, Justin TV was originally if you look at the inception of Twitch, which was Justin TV, it was legitimately like a cam stream site.
Yeah, it was just a cam stream. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So no one ever fucking deemed Twitch as this gaming fucking only gaming on this website. No one ever even said that shit. I'm pretty sure no one at Twitch headquarters was like, yeah, we're gonna make this a strictly gaming thing. No. Wait a minute, Violet Myers streams? All right, that's a topic we can talk about off stream.
Listen, here's what ultimately like it is about. Like, there's a lot there's a lot of streams going on that people are just like, oh, this is not what I go to Twitch for. And it's like, well, listen,
great, some people do.
It really doesn't matter what you go to Twitch for. It's what Twitch offers, and Twitch is a streaming site. It was never a gaming only site. It became popular because people started to use the Twitch capabilities. When it was Justin TV, they started to use it for gaming, and that's when it switched over to Twitch. And that's when it became popular, so everyone associated with it as a gaming site. Listen, it doesn't matter what you're watching streams for. It doesn't matter, because Twitch was never for kids. Never. So don't use the excuse. It's a lot of people that are just hating on the popularity of female streamers, or people who are doing the things that are doing, they're getting views, and they're thinking like, hey, here's a psychology. It's like, hey, they're stealing from my viewers. No, because the people that are watching them were never gonna watch you.
I'm convinced that people just
people just hating. People just hating.
I'm convinced, bro. Like,
listen, I will never hate on a female streamer who's just streaming and just chatting and showing, because you know what? Get the bag. That's your bag. Get the bag. If I can't get more viewers than you doing what I'm doing, obviously we're in different markets, because you're getting viewers for a different reason. People don't understand that. It's different markets. It's a streamer mentality.
This whole ecosystem. Yeah, it's this whole like thing among streamers. It's not even just streamers. It's not just streamers. It's just the entertainment industry is always like this.
And if
someone else is blowing up, it's always at my detriment, right?
Bro,
like if someone like it's like, I gotta get, it's the competition, right? Like, you want people to watch you over other people, but
I get
like, just because someone else is getting views, it's not at your detriment, bro. Like,
listen,
you do something else. Like,
Listen, guys, all of you guys right now, if you're watching bitches more than you're listening to this podcast right now, you guys are fucking simps. I hate you all. Tune into Kang Council. No, I'm just joking. Get the bag, bro. These chicks need to get the bag. It is what it is. They need to understand what Twitch kind of fucks up in. Sorry, follow, but what Twitch kind of fucks up in, and I'm kind of on the side of Dr. Disrespect on this. Amazon might need to just drop them. Their money.
Twitch is over for them though.
Look, here's the reason though.
But it's just a tax write-off for Amazon.
Dr. Disrespect was legit like, hey, it's a money pit, and now they're fucking going back and forth between showing nudity and then not nudity. Drop them, right? Like it makes sense though.
Cares about that though, but why would Amazon drop them? Amazon never. I'm pretty sure there was no fucking fine like.
The reason
saying no nudity, you can't have women.
No. Don't get it twisted. It's not the nudity. It's not the nudity that they'll drop them for. It's the nudity as an excuse because they're a money pit. Because right now Twitch is kind of a money pit with the Amazon Prime, with the Twitch Prime. It's a bit of a pit. I don't think they're making as much money as they would like to make. If not, they wouldn't have all of this thing with.
But they would have dropped them already.
Dan Clinton. Yeah, I think they've been working on it. I think they're trying to not drop them, but I think that this could be an excuse to say like, "Hey, we're gone."
The reason for them to drop Twitch, I don't understand the argument at all.
Honestly, depends on the profit margins. I don't know what those numbers look like. I think it's a possible reason.
Motherfuckers onto the site, so I don't understand how this is the reason. Doc is like, I understand his argument, but Doc is also banned off Twitch for eternity. And is always going to say the most fucking antagonistic thing about Twitch. I'm not going to take Doc's opinion, like.
Of course.
I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because he's always going to antagonize Twitch. That's like his thing now. But if of all the reasons for him to drop Twitch, this is not it. Like,
honestly, on the
Amazon care about this?
On the business end, it's going to depend on the back end of metrics. Since they won't give a shit if it gave them more metrics. They will give a shit if it had a negative imposing. Because listen, like I always say, no press is bad. Like any press is good press. No press is bad press, right?
You think the motherfuckers spewing the fucking N-word and saying all and fucking and going and literally recording themselves going into supermarkets and shooting it up. You think that's not that's not enough reasons for Amazon to drop Twitch?
If they
didn't do that, then do you think
people are watching it? It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If people are watching it,
themselves going places and shooting this shit up,
doesn't matter.
Like, let's be real here. This is what I'm saying. Like, I watch a lot of girl streamers all the time, right? I play games with a lot of them. Like a lot of the Final Fantasy players that I play with stream, they're girls, and it's like. I treat them the same way any other person, but it's like I feel like a lot of these motherfuckers just don't like women. Anything a girl does that takes them like a step above, they just don't like it. They just can't see it. And it's like I don't understand this mentality where it's like, bro, women are attractive. Every man knows this shit. You're probably fucking watching some chick, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, why do you care? Like, a lot of these people, you know what the crazy shit is, bro? I've seen a lot of these people actually contribute to this shit. And then try to shit on it. Like when it's the cool thing to do, they'll just hop on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, man, they're just getting fucking views because they got their tits out. Blah, blah. I'm like, but you're the one watching though. You be watching. Like
he has the wallet. He has the wallet out. He's putting tips in.
Bro, I'm sorry, yo. Listen. Y'all know I'm a huge LTG fan. Y'all know that, right? I love LTG. He says some stupid shit, but LTG always be talking shit about that stuff, right? They called him in one of the chats the other day. Hello. So clearly he be watching. So y'all are full of shit. All y'all motherfuckers are full of shit. Like, shut up. Let everybody get their bag. You focus on your shit. Get your shit up and call it a day. On another note, like, Twitch has always been like back and forth with this shit. Like, I don't know what. Like, at this point, we might as well just accept that. Some people get banned. Some people aren't. Like, make like an NSFW section, whatever. Call it a day. Yeah. Like, they don't even have to do that. But Twitch it's like. Why does everyone? It's like people were like literally just born like a second ago. Like it's like people were just born last week, where they're acting like this is some new shit. There's always a different meta on Twitch. There's always some dumb people going on Twitch. The bitch was literally getting her getting ass shots on Twitch. Like, hello? Are you kidding me? She was getting her back blown out literally on Twitch like last year. What the fuck? Like, people on this site are wild. That's what this shit is. So it's like, it's the internet, and you give people freedom. They got their cameras on themselves. They have their communities that are going to defend them, right? They're going to do whatever the fuck they want. Unless you permanently ban them from the platform, but Twitch can't ban everybody because they're not gonna make no money. So what the fuck? Like, oh my god, it's like a mixture of. It feels like I'm dealing with old ass 90-year-old like grandmas and grandpas that don't know shit about how the internet works, combined with like 5-year-olds that are like scared of cooties and shit. You know
and want to be social justice warriors.
Oh my god, women fucking cooties, ooh, like all that bullshit. Like that's literally what it feels like. I be dealing with when it comes to like the internet. Y'all are just weird. Go the fuck outside. You'll see women everywhere. What is wrong with y'all?
Who are probably more interesting than the women in the streams.
Like damn, bro. It's a bunch of people that be watching. They'll beat off a little bit, then they'll have their post-nut regret, right? And they'll be like, "Now, what the fuck did I just watch that shit? Fuck, I hate women, man. What the like, get the fuck out of here, bro."
Rabble.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all are fucking weirdos. Let people do what they do. If they making money doing it, good for them. If you hating on that, then you probably dumb. You probably broke. Go make your own money and stop worrying about how other people are doing. Who cares?
If you broke boys, you definitely not buying Pokemon's cookies.
Like, damn.
Most
she
people
probably don't give a fuck either.
She probably don't care.
Like,
she's making enough money. It is what it is.
Like, look, there she is right there. Morgue Pie. She's live right now. Probably has twice the amount of views she had before this.
7.7K.
Yeah, probably has way more views than she had before
more
this.
Than she had before.
You know what? I'm gonna actually check. What's that shit called? Social Blade? Or is this Sully Gnome? Which one is the
Sully Gnome? Sully Gnome.
But that's always been a thing where girls get banned. Their viewership actually double.
That's funny because I'm like, this is perfect. People do this shit purposely. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I would. Bro, listen, I've said it in here plenty of times. I probably said it in a previous podcast or something, bro.
Yeah, listen, but you know, bro, they're not, but they're gonna permaban you, bro. They're not gonna
care. I'll just go somewhere else. I'll go to Kick. That'd be perfect.
Cholovo.
Fuck no. Like that would be perfect. Like this motherfucker Speed's dick flopped out on cam. Everybody was talking about that shit. Like,
he's on YouTube with more viewers. Like, now he's flopping his
like,
cock out off cam and slapping it around saying my cock.
Yo, and then YouTube was like, all right, let's ban this motherfucker. Wait, he makes us how much?
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
So wait a minute.
Wait.
Like, come on, bro. Like, listen, like the one thing that I always hate amongst, like, I don't even want to call some of these people content creators, right? Because if you are an actual content creator, right, yeah, you might not fucking flop your dick out. That's a little extreme. But like, you're always gonna want to do things or attempt things that are gonna go viral. Literally, that's the whole point of your fucking like existence as a content creator, right? Unless you want to be, you know, little, I don't really care that much. I just do it as a hobby. If you're trying to be a content creator, nobody gives a fuck about that fucking shit. People are doing shit to go viral, right? A girl is gonna sit there and shake her titties on the cam because she knows if someone clips that shit and puts it on Twitter, it's gonna get a bunch of motherfuckers. It's gonna get a bunch of impressions, right? And all those motherfuckers are gonna go straight to her channel. Boom. That's how it works. You do things on purpose to go viral, to get more views, more money. How do we not know that this is how this works at this point? How do we not know this shit?
People don't take economics.
The people that are arguing, I feel like the people that are arguing about this shit are the more childish ones than the actual kids on the site watching. Because the kids on the site watching, they watching in silence like, oh shit, she kind of hot. Let me look at them titties real quick. Oh, she got an OnlyFans? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids is probably watching in secret. It's the adults that fucking are stupid about it. Like, that's what I don't get. Bro, when I was a kid, if Twitch was around when I was a kid, I would literally just be in the chat. I'd be like, where's the OnlyFans link? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or where's the link tree with the OnlyFans link? Find the leaks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just handle my business real quick and go on about my day. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here thinking about I wonder how she makes money. Man, she making so much money just because she's showing her titties, bro. Who has time to think about that? like you have too much. People have too much time on their hands to be thinking about this shit, bro. Like, and then, I don't even want to talk about it. Oh man, you got people you have the people. What was the girl's name that was talking shit about it? Indie Fox. I was like, there's no way you just said that. There's no way you're the one that said that. This is setting a bad example for
Why
girls
did
and shit
you
like
speak
that.
up?
You stupid?
Like you specifically.
You were the original. Like she was the original. She was one of the original. Oh man, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it.
Anyway, Twitch is gonna be Twitch. Just get over it.
And
you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you don't want sexualized content to be on Twitch, don't watch it. If people don't watch it, people won't. Yeah. People won't supply
the funny part,
need.
Right? The only reason Twitch is recommending me these shit is because I be clicking on them. So why y'all clicking on them? Why y'all self-reporting yourselves?
Stop clicking on it. Yeah.
Y'all
Stop telling on yourself.
Well, y'all are showing the screenshots of your feed and what's recommended to you. Y'all are self-reporting because that means you probably clicked on one of them at one point in time.
Listen, if Alinity, Morg Pie, any of these titty streamers are recommended to you, it's because you clicked on something. Mm-hmm. And if you're a man, you clicked on it. Shut up. It is what it is.
By the way, if Morg Pie or any female streamers would like to advertise themselves on our show,
y'all look great. Keep doing what y'all do.
If you guys want to come on here and we can interview you,
keep doing what y'all
please
do.
Feel free. We support you guys. Get the fucking bag. We watch you in the Discord privately. We don't support you though. But like that's just because
Hey, I might.
We might. Fair enough. Exactly. If you come through on the podcast, we might. So if y'all want to come through, here's an invitation. We invite anybody, bro. We're not opposed to inviting anybody unless you're really down bad. You gotta be really fucked up to not get invited to this podcast.
I'm a thing. I'm a thing. My thing is women are attractive, bro. That's it. It's that simple, right? You click when I see some shit, I'm like, oh shit, what is she doing? I click on it. Like it's not because like, oh my god, I want to beat off real quick. My fucking, oh my god, I'm so fucking, oh man, if I become a tier 3 sub, she might notice me. All that weird bullshit, right? I'm just like, okay, this is an attractive woman. Let me see what's going on over here. Which is what we do. Yeah. Which is what most men do in their regular everyday lives.
You know what? Even if I'm not into it, I go in and I check out for a minute. I'm like, okay, but and then I move on. I move on with my day.
Let's be real. As a human fucking being on the planet Earth, as a male, I'm literally doing that. Sorry, I know people don't like the shit, but that's how it is. If I see someone is attractive, I'm looking like, hello?
As a cisgender heterosexual male in this day and age, if I see an attractive female, she's at least getting 5 to 10 seconds of my time.
If I'm walking, I'm walking
not lying, I'm clicking on something. I'm
gonna break my neck and I'm gonna turn around too.
You're at least getting 5 to 10 seconds. Of my time.
But like y'all know that meme? Y'all know the meme, right? Where the dude's walking with his girlfriend,
yeah.
Like hello,
hello.
But that is the equivalent of what we do on Twitter. Like it would be the same thing if we were walking by, right? Like it'd be the same thing.
They're taking advantage of it. They know that. Right. They're smart as fuck. Hello.
I'm clicking into a stream for 5 to 10 seconds before I move on. Yeah.
Like no.
It is what it is. Get the bag. There's nothing. She's brolic though. That's why there's nothing
like a linebacker.
wrong with what they're doing though.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. If anybody says that, you guys are cucks. You guys need to go jerk off in the corner.
It was funny when she showed that she even had a shirt on, like
she did.
She had a shirt on,
she had like a halter top, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, so what would y'all say if y'all saw her walking down the street wearing that? Nothing. You'd be like, yeah, get banned, go home, go put something else on.
Get banned.
Is that what you gonna say?
Get banned.
Get back in the house. Get back in the house.
Get back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. I hate those motherfuckers, bro.
Well, yeah, on that note.
On that note, I think we could definitely move on. But guys, man, like Twitch TOS, whether or not they already walked it back, but like even if they try and negotiate it, doesn't fucking matter. Stop hating. Do not blame these women for you getting less views. If you're not getting as many views as this women, it's because you're fucking boring. Pick your shit up. It is what it is. Aside from that, the only other thing that we were talking about tonight is Insomniac getting just straight up hacked. They just
I mean, was that like was that official that
yeah
happened?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they got hacked by like people or that are ransomwaring them basically.
Wolverine.
They're just like, hey, we have all your info.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah, they have all your info, and it's like, we're gonna leak it unless you pay us $2 million. I forgot what the amount was, but I think it was like $2 million.
Gave me a little something, bro. Like, show me Wolverine screenshots or something, bro.
I mean, they'll probably leak it. We'll see what happens.
They're probably gonna leak something, whether they get paid or not.
I'll say my bit on this, and then I gotta start getting ready for work. But so in terms of it, whether Insomniac can do it, it's it's complicated, right? Because they probably have a lot of sensitive stuff on like probably the future installments and whatever. And not only that, like if it was just that, I'd be like, nah, fuck them, let them just leak whatever. Because I mean, like to be real, like for a Wolverine game, come on, bro. I can think of the Wolverine game and know what the plot is. I already know what the plot of Wolverine's gonna be. If you're a huge Marvel fan, it's not like a huge surprise about what the plot of Wolverine's gonna be.
Stuff we didn't know about already.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
like
we don't know about.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they do have that kind of information, but they also have a lot of people's personal information, including
that's the problem.
The Yuri Lorenthal's information.
That's what the real issue is.
That's where the real issue for, and that's like not okay, and it's more complicated than just saying no, because now it's literally like they could have his socials, his blah blah blah, which could be, detrimental to him and other people working for the company.
These
so
motherfuckers
that's
got
the
millions of
bigger
dollars.
issue.
They gonna do what they gotta do.
Yeah. So and then it's like, if you pay them the money, what makes you think they just won't release it anyways? Like there's no guarantee of that.
This motherfucker's been held at ransom. I can't believe it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's funny to think about like, these motherfuckers held at like ransom, bro. It's like,
but like with that hacking group, it's just like, bro, they could have done this with they could change the world with these kind of skills, but then they choose to fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, you're hacking. You're hacking the game devs when you could actually be hacking the bad guys. You know what I mean?
Of this world, right?
The world. Right? I'll tell you. Look,
I'll
tell you why they won't do that, though. I thought about that too, and I also thought. I said, here's why they won't do that. You know why they're not hacking and attacking the bad guys of the world? Because the bad guys of the world had that ability to track them down and fucking actually murder their families. They're gonna hack them back, find out who they are, and they're gonna murder them and their families. That's why they won't do it. So they pick on the fucking people who they know won't do that, which is
easy to get money if you do shit like
easy. Yeah, exactly. It's super easy to attack people who you know
you're gonna get the money, or you're gonna
go
get
back.
Fucking going to jail.
The funniest shit was the memes of the people who leaked the GTA 6 trailer early.
Oh yeah, that was great.
You know that fucking explosion that happened in that fucking house in Virginia or whatever it was? They was like, oh, this is the fucking Rockstar finding the hacker's house.
Bro, that news was actually crazy. That was like,
on that front, like, Insomniac leaks is like, what's Insomniac working on that we don't already know? Are they gonna be working on Wolverine?
They're working on Wolverine. That's it.
Apparently that Spider-Verse game, right?
Wolverine, Spider-Verse game, Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 and the Spider-Verse game is the same shit.
Yeah, you know, a new Ratchet game is gonna come out. Like, unless it's some new shit that's like, oh my god, wow, cool, whatever, man. But like when they started showing off like the GTA shit last year, I was like, man, that probably sucks for the devs, bro. Because you know how big of a deal GTA is, and they were probably sitting on that and waiting. Yeah, we're gonna blow this shit off we're gonna blow the roof off with this shit, and then somebody leaked it. Like, and to get what though? Like, what did you get out of leaking that? Like, you didn't get shit. So like the worst thing you can get, is literally jail time. Like,
especially a game at that stage of the game. Like when the game is in like alpha beta, that's not even the actual game. There's no point.
Like, y'all,
like, oh yeah, this game looks terrible. Yeah, because the game isn't ready, online, bro. Yeah,
like, either go get a real job, fucking hacking motherfuckers, or some type of shit, or just fucking go outside. Like, I don't see the point. I don't see the unless you're like Like what's the fucking anonymous that's out here hacking like government fucking shit, exposing crazy shit.
Oh
That's
my
fine.
God.
Like, I'm
Oh
okay with
yeah,
them,
yeah.
but they can do
Anonymous,
whatever
right?
they want. Yeah. Keep
They
doing,
were
they can
going
keep doing
in.
whatever they want. But y'all that are hacking like video game companies, what the fuck? What are y'all,
Well,
what are
bro,
y'all doing?
like hack actual
I
like
just feel like
hack
I feel like
corrupt
it's just a waste of
billionaires.
talents, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
waste
Like,
of talent.
yeah.
Hack corrupt billionaire. Hack people who actually deserve to be outed for this shit.
And that goes back to what I was saying. Y'all motherfuckers have too much time on y'all hands, man. Like,
Most
what
of
do
them are
people be
pussies.
doing?
Most of them are pussies anyway. Sorry, but like it's
What
true.
do people be doing?
The only reason they're doing it is because they know it's an easy target and you're not going to get any repercussions. Whereas if you actually target
You know what
someone
they
who
could've
it
done?
matters, they're going to try and hack you back.
If they were
And you know
smart,
that.
they could have hit up Insomniac or Sony and been like, look, there's this flaw in your network security that's letting me have access to
Absolutely.
this shit. And
That
then
would've been a
boom,
smart
they'd
play.
be like, oh shit, you found that? Potentially hired on their fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
what the
yourself
fuck?
get yourself an
Like,
opportunity, you know?
That's what I would have did. I would have been like, yo, y'all realize that I can do this, right? And y'all don't know this? And they'd be like, oh shit, good catch, right? And then boom, I might have a job at fucking Sony's shit. You know
You
what I'm
gotta
saying?
tell
Like,
them
oh,
too, though. People could have already caught that, even though I just did, and it might actually already be out there. However, I will try and defend your shit from here on out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like there's so
I
many
don't
ways
know.
to spin things.
There's
in
so
your
many
favor,
ways,
instead
yeah.
of just doing things to get like 2 seconds of clout. That amounts to nothing. Like I
So
wonder what happened to that
unfortunate.
guy that leaked the GTA shit. I wonder what's going on with that.
he was
motherfucker.
wasn't he in jail?
Is
Yeah,
he?
didn't he get ninja? Yeah.
And
I
then
think-
and
fucking
then
ridiculous.
didn't he post in an interview recently? I
'cause
don't know for
they
I don't know for
tracked
sure.
Mhm.
I don't know.
No, I don't know for sure,
Yeah,
but I
I-
think I heard something along the lines of like when he's out, he's gonna continue. He said that. He legit was just like, when I'm out, I'm gonna continue.
Bro, what
hacking.
an idiot! You
This guy's
realize they're
trapped
gonna
in,
put a
like,
tracker
some
on
movie.
your ass.
He's trapped
right?
in like some
yeah.
movie, sci-fi movie, like some bullshit.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be some pro hacker, yeah. Like get the y'all are fucking weird.
Weirdos.
But
All of them weirdos.
but yeah,
Hope
it's
that's
still
worth
a
your
tough
fucking life.
situation. So it's
But
we'll
you know
see.
who's
It's
not
probably gonna be
weird?
developing.
Actually, they may be weird, but who knows? The listeners of this podcast, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of the Kangz Council. Tune in for more. We'll be here week to week. Might skip a few weeks. However, we are in there. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Stay tuned in. We have all forms of the podcast on Spotify, iTunes. It's going to be everywhere. Tune in. Thank you guys for hanging out. Inaugural episode in the bag. There's more to come. Listen, we got all kinds of content. We might watch and react all the past Game Awards. You don't know what we're going to do. You never know what we're going to do. Stay tuned. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.
Later.
Check you guys out next week.